good day. Well, I decided I needed to do some stairs today. Why, I don't know. Call me crazy. Let's see, the truck said it's about 20 degrees. It's overcast today. Supposed to get up to 24. So, a lot of standing water around here. So it could be humid. I have doused myself in bug spray just in case. So I thought I'd get out to the Devonian Trail that has the stairs on it. Oops. Somebody had their horse in here, I see. I woke up in the middle of the night with the inside of my left ankle throbbing. And I thought, didn't give me no never mind yesterday, even though my ankles were sore. But now, just walking up this hill here, it's giving me a jab of pain. Every day, just a new little ailment, eh? The joys of being in your 60s. I'm barely in my 60s. Just climbing this hill here. We'll get to the stairs shortly. Today I'm using my DJI gimbal-y thing. I don't know if you can tell, I'm moving my camera around on purpose. It does slowly follow. And trying out high resolution on my phone. See how well that works. Haven't used my DJI for a while. Figured I'd break it out again and give my GoPro a rest. Silence, noisy airplanes. Here we are at our foe. The dastardly stairs that I asked for. Again, going down ain't hard, other than the knees. I'm finding using my phone is a little bit more arduous, if you will. Gotta keep clicking on the screen and stuff to change from different functions, whereas the GoPro is fairly easy. Sometimes there's too many features on devices. Finished the first set of stairs, going down now the next set. Yes, my left ankle is not being my friend today. So, we'll see how long a walk this turns out to be. No matter what, I got all those stairs to go up anyway, so we'll have that going for us. So, sadly, back to work tomorrow. One of my least favorite days of the year. And why is it your week off is always the fastest week of the year too? It's been a good week off though. I did some things that were quite enjoyable. Yesterday and Friday were the car show. A nice walk around Pigeon Lake. Obviously not that memorable. I can't remember what I did all week. I certainly didn't do any house projects. That's okay. Well, I'm saying it's okay. I do find I need to start keeping up on things, though. The other day, we've had this clunky noise in our dishwasher door when we open it, and I fiddled around with it for an hour or two one day and decided I probably need just to replace the hinge on it, so I ordered that, and so didn't get that resolved. And then the ice maker in our fridge has been very temperamental, where sometimes the water will flow to it, other times it won't. I'm hoping it's just the solenoid, because that's fairly easy to replace. But unfortunately, to figure out the right one, I have to pull the fridge out and look at it before I order one. Because if I punch in the model of our fridge, it comes up with a water solenoid that looks like is more than what we need, because we only have the ice maker. We don't have a water dispenser on ours. So you have to go to the task of basically emptying the fridge so that it rolls easier and doesn't screw up the floor, just to find out what solenoid it is so you can order it, then wait a week for it to come in, or drive around to appliance repair shops to find one. So my heart hasn't been into that either. Unfortunately, nothing seems to be built with any kind of quality. I had the fridge fixed once because the defrost heater went in it, so it was icing up. Our range had to replace all the knobs because the coating was peeling off. It's just like basically a fake chrome coating on it, and the insides stripped out too because they break. What else? Oh yeah, and have to change the heating element, or the one of my most popular videos, and I can't even remember the name of the part, but it's a gas oven, so you need the igniter piece working, and I had to change that twice. So if you're not at all handy or have no desire to do that kind of thing, you're paying a repair place, and you know, I kind of wonder to how much of an extent do you put money into older appliances in this throwaway world. Most of our appliances are 13 years old now, so you know, they design these things for a 10-year life. So we're gone beyond that, but the cost of a fridge these days is insane. Around here, it looks like to replace our fridge is going to be $2,000, $2,500 or something like that. Blows my mind. And unfortunately, my desire and confidence, which is low these days, on doing those types of repairs is weighing me down. Anything's fixable, right, if you just take your time and try not to break new things. I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta jump in with both feet, or pay people to do it and suck it up. The sun may be behind clouds, but it still has an intensity. I chose just to wear my new glasses that tint automatically, thinking that it wouldn't be too bright. So we'll see how that works out. I thought they would be darker than this though. So they're kind of working out, I guess. I find when I'm driving though, the progressives seem quite a bit higher, and I almost have to hold my head down so I can look out the top of my glasses for a clearer view. Something to get used to, I guess. Even walking with these on. There seems to be a narrower peripheral view than I had before with my other glasses. These are certainly a look straight on pair. So I try and look out the sides. She's blurry. And when I'm walking, they're a little bit swimmy. So anybody who wears progressive glasses, you'll probably know what I mean. Need to remember with this DJI gimbal to watch the buttons I push. It likes to go all cattywampus every now and again. And when I'm walking by people, I like to drop it to my side so that they don't feel like they're being recorded. But it makes it go all whack-a-doodle. And this is the first time I'm trying, like 4K definition on my phone. If that's what it turns out to be, I don't know. They like to use different naming conventions so that it confuses you enough that you don't know quite what you're doing. No matter what, it'll be a video. Lots of these red berries coming out. These seem to be the ones that the animals eat as a last resort. And then in the winter, when you see their poopies, just full of those red berries, or at least probably the seeds in the middle, I would think, if that's what's in the middle. I haven't really spent a lot of time sifting through their fecal matter, so don't quote me. I don't know if you can hear it in the microphone, but my ears are picking up Highway 60. Seems pretty busy today. And it's interesting how sound carries, because you can hear across the way is the Devon golf course on the other side of the river, and you can hear voices and people talking. So far I've passed 2 people. So pretty quiet here on a early Sunday afternoon or late morning. Can't remember what time it is. Nope, it's afternoon. Nope, my ankles are not happy with me today. Both on the inside. Strange. Did a lot of just straight standing on Friday night. And then yesterday at the car show, you're just slowly moseying along. And apparently my body's built for speed. Because whenever I just putsy along, it gets hard on my back and my feet. Well, the first stair climb for the day. You've seen these before if you've been watching my channel. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe, and all of you can like, comment, share. And you can mock my capabilities for walking, and you can laugh at me as I try not to die going up these stairs. So let's do it. Oh, that seemed tough today. 207 stairs. I didn't stop. I am sitting now, though, to catch my breath. Let's just stare at the North Saskatchewan for a bit. She's running high though, like there's normally a sandbar across the way over there. A few people out on paddle boards and kayaks. My wife is dying to do this river, but for us it's the logistics, because this isn't a river you can paddle backwards on. So you got to have somebody at the other end picking you up, or you got to stage two vehicles, one over there and then one at your pickup point or getting off the river point. We'll do it. Not sure when though. Okay, let's try and carry on here. My left ankle is really not having it today, so probably won't go too far in distance, but the stairs will make up for it. I am finding that the filter on these glasses does make it hard to see the screen, so I hope I'm pointing things where I need to have it go. It will be fine. I do find with this gimbal that I forgot about is making sure you extend it far enough, or else I'm right in your grill like this. Lots of grasshoppers around here. Oh, and look how the thistles go to fluffies after the flowers finish opening up. Unless that's a different type of thistle. Like I said the other day, when they're wet, very aromatic, that's the word. Okay, we could either go up that hill or follow the Devonian Trail this way. So let's go down here a bit. I don't think I'm going to make it all the way to the Devon Park. As soon as I say that though, the pains in my feet seem to disappear. Advantage of going this way for a ways is lots of shade. We've had a lot of high humidity this summer, and you can blame me for that around here, sorry. Apparently I control the weather when I said I wanted a cool, wet summertime. This part of the trail is fairly popular for bikes, so I need to keep my wits about me, because in my experience a lot of times the cyclists are not keeping their wits about them. These trails have gotten rougher though, because a lot of runoff. It's put a lot of ridges in them. What's been going on in here? Lots of cut trees. Almost looks like there was a fire. Wonder if something got struck by lightning here. We have had a lot of lightning storms in this area. Yeah, there was a bit of a fire in here at some point. Always be aware of the weather around you. I wouldn't want to have been here when that got struck. Lots of stuff either was cut off to prevent fire or just blew over. Interesting. This part of the trail is called Emery Point, and this land was donated for public use by Mary Louise Emery. Apparently she was the first female architect in Canada, and in her will she passed this on to be public use. That was nice of her. Just passed two cyclists, so they are out here. There's a flat lookout point that I was going to turn around at. Now I'm not sure if I passed it. I don't think I have the gumption to go all the way to Prospector Point down by the river. My ankle. Yeah, whining about your ankle, but it's kind of given out on me, so I need to be careful that I don't overdo it. Yeah, I missed my turnaround point, so I'm not going to go down that hill today. Let's just take a little break here, which I don't normally do. Wow, already been out for an hour and done 4 kilometers. Plus down and up some stairs. Not finished yet, we're just halfway there. I missed my turnaround point because going down the hill here would be right to Prospector's. And I just about slipped and fell going down one hill because my ankle gave out a little bit. So I want to make sure I don't overdo it so that I can be out here again tomorrow or whenever I get out again. So let's carry on again. We'll start heading back the way we came. Ooh, doggy, it's amazing how much sweat one body can generate. Me no likey. But I guess it's keeping me cool, even though I'm hot. Humans, eh? We're never happy in the moment. Here I was thinking I'd just do a little walk and do some stairs to make up for the lack of distance, and I'm already 4 kilometers in it, which means I got 4 kilometers to go back, and I have 300 and some stairs to go up after I go down 200 and something. We've been here before. The sun is fully out now. I'm glad I'm mostly in the shade of the trees right now. Yeah, I'd almost bet money that whatever happened here was the result of a lightning strike. This was going to be my turnaround spot. There's a flat piece there where you can look down onto the river. The thing I like about using my phone versus the GoPro is the zoom function. With this DJI, there's a dial I can just spin and I can zoom in on my own account. There's no settings you have to change. And on the GoPro, you can only go up to 2 times zoom. Whereas my phone, I think you can go 10 times. Every device has their advantages and disadvantages. The GoPro is point and shoot. As long as you get your settings saved and you keep them on those settings, you can go. But I do have trouble with the microphone on my GoPro sometimes, especially when the battery of the handle runs out, because it seems to control the microphones. The microphone is just on. Already coming up to the trail to the stairs. I feel like I'm just flying along here. Till I look at the time. And it's like, where did all the time go? There's the map again of the Devonian Trail. I've described it in many different times on different videos because I'm here relatively often. you get out in the open here, and everywhere the sun can beat down when it's out, it's just radiating heat. Like all this wood just heats right up, and you can feel it radiating and off the ground too. Always worry about people out walking their dogs in the summer and their little foots are on hot pavement or cement. I know if I was out in bare feet, that would not appeal to me too much. I'm sure their pads have a different makeup than my feet, but that would be damn hot. I think I say it practically every time, but my knees did not like that. At some moments the pain moves from my ankles to my knees. And then later on today my back will be sore. I think the stairs are a big deterrent because this is not the most populated trail for sure. Only us hardcore walkers and hikers get out here, right? I did pass a couple, and they had just finished the stairs, and her face was beet red and sweat pouring off her face. I think she needed to take a couple more breaks. You can't just hit them and think you're jogging up the 3 steps to your front door. You don't want to ruin yourself from doing it again. I've heard people talk about a runner's high, and I don't know, is that endorphins that just get pumped out of you to keep you going? But I feel like that after I do all the stairs. It's like almost this near-death experience, and then the euphoria that you're still alive and you were able to do it. I still got that feeling coming up here. Yeah, I don't think my pace is going to be very good today. Number one, because of the stairs. That slows me down. But number two, I'm just kind of hobbling along here, not going flat out. Might need to put some of my wife's ancient Chinese ointment on my ankles. Give them a little topical healing. Okay, no more talk about body ailments. Gets tiresome for you to listen to and tiresome for me to even talk about. So carry on. Walk it off. Lots of evidence of animals with their poop on the trail, but never see them. They're off hiding in the bush. They're probably all mostly nocturnal. And there's enough noisy people out here that keeps them at bay. Me included in that. My first animal sighting lately was when I was at Pigeon Lake and those 2 white-tailed deer poked their heads up and bounded through the bush. I'm not sure how well I got that on camera. I haven't edited that one yet. But yeah, it's infrequent sightings for sure. Maybe in the fall when they're coming out to eat berries and stuff. Advertisements or videos that pop up on my feed around weight loss. They list off the top 5 ways to lose weight. From a eating perspective, for sure. They talk about the various diets, like carnivore diet, or the I don't even know the names of the diets because I don't pay attention. But the one that piqued my interest was hypnotherapy. Basically, they say they can hypnotize you to eat like a thin person. That one kind of intrigues me. I don't know if any of you have done hypnotherapy for anything. It's worked for people who want to quit smoking, I know that. So I guess it can work for anything, like quitting eating too. Might have to ponder that one a bit, because I'm certainly too weak to do it on my own. I can get out here and walk for a couple hours, but if it's not showing results, it gets a little discouraging. Other than it's helping me maintain. And it's incredulous how much these phones are listening 24 hours a day, because I bet now that I'm recording this video on my phone, I'm going to get all kinds of advertisements for hypnotherapy and weight loss processes or diets or whatever. I almost can't complain though. I mean, I put myself out here yakking away. It would be intriguing to be YouTube famous, in air quotes, but I've watched more than one video of YouTubers that are popular or even famous, and there's just so many nutty people showing up at their door, and you know, maybe with good intentions and stuff, lots without good intentions too, but just showing up at your house and trying to drop off packages, or they just want to see where you live and stuff like that. And some, especially if you're a female content creator, if you will, you get all those stocky men out there too. So the idea of being famous is not in my vocabulary, if you will. It's not my future plan. But it would be nice to get popular enough to just provide some residual income. It was just today that I watched two different videos on that. One is that TikToker guy, I think his name is Justin Nunley. He's the guy that goes, "Listen, did you know?" blah blah blah. And he had to put out a little ranty video that talked about people coming to his door and saying, "Don't come to my door. My family lives here. You will not be welcome." And it's like, if people, you know, if they subscribe to your channel, or they are on your Patreon or whatever, they seem to have this attitude that they own a piece of you now, and that they can do whatever they want. And famous people, actors and stuff, sports stars have gone through this forever. And now it's being thrust upon people who are even less able to handle it. They don't have publicists and managers and stuff like that. And the other one is, I think it's called Van Wives. They had built a nice cabin, off-grid cabin in Nova Scotia, and they'd built it all out. They were doing all kinds of innovative stuff around solar and batteries, and just building a homestead for themselves. And also they built out a lakefront. Cabin as well. But apparently there was people stalking them, and they live out in the middle of nowhere, so it's even more dangerous for them. And they're going to continue on YouTube, but they pretty much are selling everything and moving somewhere where it's going to be less creepified. So that was just two today. It's sad that there's people out there like that. What are you going to do? Restraining orders really don't hold their weight in paper either if you really got a psychopath chasing you down. Almost feels like the weather's changing a bit now. We are supposed to get rain later this afternoon, the Weather Network says, if you can believe them. I really don't believe them much anymore. Gotta stick your head out the window, and that's the weather forecast for the moment. A little wind through the trees and cricket ASMR. We have arrived at our friend the stairs. Let's take a few deep breaths and start making our way up. Made it to the halfway point. Well, I think I paced myself a little better on that one. Didn't seem quite as hard. One more view of the river before I make my way to the truck. I do think I get my breath back quicker though. I should probably be doing stairs once a week. Get the old ticker thumping though. But I am sweating from the tips of my toes to the ends of my hair. They are not supposed to be in here. Well, they saw me videoing them, so they don't seem to care. The main reason it bugs me is I'm not allowed to take my quad just anywhere, and I respect that. These other guys just come along and start ripping up the trails and just making chaos. Will I do anything about it? Most likely not. I'll just let karma take its course. The downside is the karma response might be closing down the area to anybody and just turning it into absolute private property. Keep out. Like I said before, they may actually have permission to be out here. I have my doubts, but don't know the whole story, right? Once you get your breath back, that's when those endorphins start kicking in. I feel great. Always feel a sense of accomplishment after I get to the top of those stairs. Coming up to the end of our short little walk here, which ended up being, at least an hour and a half, probably an hour and 45 minutes. I hadn't intended for that. I guess, in a way though, I'm glad I did it. Everybody that was here is long since gone now. Okay, let's get to the truck and see how we did. Okay, that turned into 8 kilometers and 12,000 steps. Hour and 53 minutes, so not my greatest pace. It said it was a good pace for my 7 to 9 kilometer walks, but I knew I wasn't hauling ass. But again, too, the stairs slow you down. And it was a great day. I'm sweating like a dog, but not oppressive heat today, which is nice. So that was a great day. Until the next one.